protests spread to Tehran's strategic bazaar. Protests continue in different parts of Tehran. This morning, various sections of the bazaar, including the textile stores, gold retailers, the shoemakers, the main section of the bazaar, and many other branches, witnessed store owners going on strike and calling on their colleagues to join their ranks. All the merchants are protesting the climbing price of various currency and the nosedive of Iranian currency. The protesters, with more store owners joining the ranks as the demonstration continues, are reported to be chanting, "Let go of Syria, think of us," "Proud merchants support us," "We don't want the US dollar at 100,000 rials." The Iranian regime's Fars news agency reported, protesting the market's recession, skyrocketing currency prices and the lack of customers, store owners have been closing their shops. Iran threatens to fire 1,000 missiles at Saudi Arabia as war fears rage in the Middle East. The bickering powers are also essentially fighting a proxy war in Yemen, with the Saudis backing the ousted government and the rebels backed by Iran. Tehran has now issued a new fiery threat that it will launch 1,000 missiles at the Saudi capital Riyadh. Major General Yahya Rahim-Safavi made the fiery threat as he addressed the gathering of Iran's military on Sunday. He said, "Saudi Arabia knows it well that if it acts like a fool and invades Iran, the Islamic Republic will fire 1,000 missiles at the Saudi palaces in Riyadh on the first day of the invasion." General Rahim-Safavi, a senior military advisor to the Ayatollah, was a former commander in the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. Women's protests in Tehran and Ardabil. Women's protests continued on Sunday, June 24th, with the gathering of female teachers and students. Simultaneous with the strikes of bazaar merchants and extensive protest demonstrations in Tehran, which had continued into Monday evening, women's protests were held in Tehran and Ardabil by teachers and staff of the Education Ministry. In Ardabil, capital of Ardabil province in northwestern Iran, a large number of teachers gathered outside the Department of Education in this city and demanded the ministry to determine their employment status. In a symbolic act, the protesters, who were mostly women, spread empty tablecloths across the floor to express their discontent over their deplorable living conditions. 15-year-old student becomes handicapped in explosion. A 15-year-old female student has lost her limbs in an explosion in one of the high schools in Kurdasht. Fatima Razi had picked up a metal object from the floor to hammer a nail into a board. The object exploded at the fourth hit of the nail. The explosion threw her to the ceiling of the classroom and she fell down on the floor while drenched in blood.